Over the years, we've shown you powerful video of CAL FIRE using helicopters and planes to fight wildfires from the sky. But until this wildfire season, CAL FIRE's air attacks have been limited to daylight hours only. Becca Habegger shows us a game-changing new fleet of helicopters, allowing CAL FIRE to douse flames in the dark.
Watch your steps.
Here at CAL FIRE's Aviation Management Unit at McClellan Park in Sacramento County,
They are now finishing up some of the maintenance on some of our CAL FIRE Hawks.
CAL FIRE Helicopter Program Manager and Chief Helicopter Pilot Ben Berman is showing us the statewide fire department's new Sikorsky S-70i Firehawk helicopters.
It's the Jeep Wrangler of the sky.
CAL FIRE has 9 now, with 3 more being built and money for 4 additional ones approved in this year's budget at $25 million a pop.
This utilizes laser ring gyros for our attitude indicators. It's definitely state of the art.
The fleet will eventually be distributed to CAL FIRE bases throughout the state. As they're brought online, CAL FIRE's legacy fleet of Bell UH-1H Huey helicopters will be retired.
These Hueys, some of them have been around since Vietnam. Some of them have bullet hole patches. They're truly a workhorse.
He says these Hueys have served CAL FIRE well over the decades, but these new CAL Firehawks, designed specifically for firefighting, are a game changer.
Because the Hawk is so much faster than the Huey, we can get a little bit further, a little bit faster.
Here is a Huey refilling its water tank midair. The Firehawks do this too, but their tanks are larger and take less than 30 seconds to refill, Berman says.
It's a 1,000-gallon tank, where the Huey was north of about 300 gallons on a good day.
And that's just one of many ways this machine helps CAL FIRE better attack California's wildfires. Hueys are single engine, Firehawks are dual engine.
We can reasonably seat 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the back here.
The Hawk can transport firefighters to the front line of a firefight.
We'll get them on the fire line, and then we support them with fire suppression water drops.
Since getting its first Firehawk into operation in June of 2020, CAL FIRE has been using them for water drops in daylight hours. But this year, for the first time in CAL FIRE history, the state fire department has been able to mount an air attack at night using its own crews and equipment. The first CAL Firehawk nighttime water drop was back in July on the Electrofire in Amador County. The department did more nighttime fire suppression later that month on the Oak Fire in Mariposa County, where Berman flew.
It was a great experience. It was good to see that our training prescription's working.
In a building down the road at McClellan Park is where CAL FIRE trains all of its aviation crews from around the state. It's here Berman trains pilots on this Firehawk simulator before they take controls of the actual machine.
We have to get everybody trained with all of these circuit breakers, all these switches, how to fly this thing in a tactical environment first, and then we work our way towards the night vision.
He says it takes about 300 training hours before a Huey pilot can do night flying operations in a Firehawk, from classroom to simulator to in-the-air practice.
So that's what we wear on our head.
He let us try on the night vision goggles too.
How much weight that is?
About $12,000 a set.
So I'm used to, like, I'll play video games and their night mode is like green. Why is this just black and white?
So those are white phosphorus goggles.
Okay.
The green ones are a previous generation. Take 2 toilet paper tubes and put them over your eyes and turn off the lights, and that's your field of view. It requires us to have to do things that we're not used to doing when we're flying during the day, and that's big head movements, being able to pick up hazards, a lot more communication going on in the helicopter. So I'm just drawing a circle on the wall here with our laser.
He said crew members will use laser pointers at night to circle hot spots they see on the ground, leading the pilot to the drop site.
The goggles are amplifying that infrared energy from the fire. So the fires look like really bright hot spots. So you're actually able to pick up a lot of hot spots that the naked eye can't see. That's the advantages of using night vision goggles.
Nighttime aerial drops come with a risk.
Flying during the day, the risk might be a little bit lower because you have all your senses, right? And at night, that risk is elevated.
But at night, he says, there aren't any other aircraft to worry about.
So now we can really concentrate on our hazards on the ground and when we're going into a dip area to do a hover fill.
The goggles can see through some smoke and haze, he says, but thick smoke presents a danger.
You don't want to get yourself in a situation where you're low level in a canyon and then all of a sudden lights are out.
He says CAL FIRE is thoughtful about when to conduct night flying operations.
For threat to life, threat to structures, threat to critical infrastructure, and to slow fire growth if we can't get ground crews in.
Another critical tool to battle California's wildfires.